Hello, I would like to invite you to a lecture on the cervical and thoracic segments of the vertebral column. It can be said that the spine is truly a VIP structure within the skeletal system. It provides support for the head, protects the spinal cord, and at the same time exhibits remarkable mobility. All of this is possible among other reasons because this structure is composed of multiple bones with characteristic shapes, which we will explore in this recording. We will begin with the general structure of the vertebral column. It is an osseous structure composed of vertebrae, and their number varies across different regions of the spine. We will analyze this by observing the discussed structure from a lateral view. Moving from superior to inferior, we distinguish 7 cervical vertebrae, vertebrae cervicales, followed by 12 thoracic vertebrae, vertebrae thoracicae, and 5 lumbar vertebrae, vertebrae lumbales. Therefore, if we sum these structures, we obtain a total of 24 vertebrae. The subsequent segments are composed of fused vertebrae, meaning they form synostoses. They are represented by the sacrum, os sacrum, which consists of 5 vertebrae, and the rudimentary coccyx, which is composed of 4 to 5 vertebrae. Thus, if we were to count these vertebrae in the form of synostoses, their number would be 9 to 10. However, if we were to sum all of these structures, the total number would be 33 to 34. Therefore, when asked how many vertebrae a human has, the answer might be either 24 or 33 to 34, depending on whether the fused vertebrae are included. Before we proceed to a detailed discussion of each segment of the vertebral column, we will first identify certain basic structures that are present in the vast majority of vertebrae, although they may vary in size or shape. On this slide, we see a superior view of a typical vertebra, in this case a thoracic one. Anteriorly, there is a uniform, massive bony element, namely the vertebral body, corpus vertebrae. Extending posteriorly from it, it is the vertebral arch, arcus vertebrae. These two structures enclose the vertebral foramen, foramen vertebrale, which I have marked with a gray arrow. And in turn, these foramina form the vertebral canal, canalis vertebralis, which protects the spinal cord. Processes arise from the vertebral arch. The one directed most posteriorly is the unpaired spinous process, processus spinosus, followed by the paired transverse processes, processus transversi, as well as the paired superior and inferior articular processes, processus articulares superiores et inferiores. In this illustration, we can only see the superior articular processes. I have marked the articular surfaces in green. The inferior ones are located beneath the vertebral arch. These processes form the intervertebral joints. We will examine them on the next slide. We are looking at the lower segment of the thoracic spine in a lateral view. We can see the vertebra connected by the articular processes. However, on this slide I am most interested in these dark blue openings, which I have marked on the illustration. These are the intervertebral foramina, in singular intervertebral foramen, in Latin foramen intervertebrale. Note that they are bounded both by the vertebra located above, forming the superior vertebral notch, incisura vertebralis superior, which I marked in maroon, and by the vertebra located below, which has the inferior vertebral notch, incisura vertebralis inferior, marked in orange. In general, the intervertebral foramina are clinically very important structures. They contain the spinal nerves that leave the spinal cord and run to the periphery, and the mentioned foramina are a common site of compression of these nerves, which manifests as pain affecting a large number of patients. In that case, we can start discussing the individual parts of the spine, going from the top. First, the cervical region. And the first vertebra is quite special, and we call it the atlas. Atlas. The foreign name derives from the Greek god Atlas, whose task was to support a celestial vault on his shoulders. So what does the designation C1 mean? Along the spine, we identify individual vertebrae separately. The first part of designation is always a letter. In this case, C stands for cervical, cervicalis, and the number indicates the vertebra. Now let's look at this atlas. We see that it has a different shape than the classic vertebra discussed earlier. Hi, thank you for watching my video. If you are interested in anatomical lectures, I invite you to my platform schoolofanatomy.com. There you will find full-length lecture videos where I discuss every topic using specific anatomical illustrations, and I also translate anatomical terms into Latin. You will also find numerous topic-based quizzes to test your knowledge. If you would like to receive regular doses of anatomy content, subscribe to my channel and sign up for the newsletter. I share every new lecture published on the platform, and every fifth lecture is available in a full version on YouTube. All links you will find in the video description. Thank you very much for watching and see you soon. School of Anatomy, Maciej Haberk.